Hello guys. So I'm redoing the video because my phone kept falling off. Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm sorry I got freaked out. Today I will be talking about a rumor, but before I go on to that, some small updates about the channel. First, I'll be bringing you weekly videos, so I'll be recording them over the weekend and maybe editing them. They should be out by Wednesday, but sometimes by Thursday. Do you remember to subscribe so that you get a notification every time I release a new video? You can contact me on my social media if you want any personal notifications whenever my new videos out. I'll be posting about it on my social media too. I have Snapchat, Instagram, WhatsApp. You can phone call me if you're in Vietnam. Facebook. If you search Air Travel Expert, you'll find me on Instagram and Snapchat. Just search Namanberry on Facebook and you'll find me there too. Also, I found a pretty interesting device though. Pretty old, pretty stupid, but then yeah. I found this, a selfie stick. And I did find quite a good use of it though. I've used it before. Didn't find much of a useful thing, but then now I realize I can use it to vlog. So I can give you like bigger perspectives, maybe do this when I'm traveling, and maybe in summers. So if you want a good summer vacation deal, make sure to contact me on either my social media or comment below. If you have any ideas, suggestions, be open about it. I will surely accept it and I will try my best. Now today I will be talking about the Boeing 797. Now you have heard till the 787 Dreamliner, but the 797 is a rumor. It's also known as the middle of the market airplane. Middle of the market being it's gonna replace the middle of the market 757. Now 757 at one point was a very successful aircraft because it was efficient back then. But now its inefficiency is very high compared to the other aircraft. Now, Airbus refused to comment on this because they're busy with their A350 and their A330neo. So, you know, they're working on that and they won't be working on a middle of the market airplane. But the Boeing company seems to have taken some interest. So they say that their largest single aisle aircraft, which is the 737 MAX 10, and the smallest twin aisle aircraft, 787 Dreamliner, it'll be somewhere between that. It's meant to replace this 757 and maybe the 767 as well. Now, because these are older, not so successful aircraft, this will be a very good airplane. Delta Airlines has shown a lot of interest and they have agreed to be the launching customer. So if and when the plane launches, Delta will be the launch customer for the Boeing 797. Now, it should have around 250 seats, with a range of around 6,000 miles, which is around 9,500 kilometers from London to West Coast, which is LA, Seattle, Francisco. It might be a hybrid aircraft. Now, to be clear, not an electric hybrid. This is going to be a literal hybrid aircraft. It's going to have components from all across Boeing products. It's going to have the engines and wings from the 787 Dreamliner. I hope they do put the engines from the 777X because they're huge and they're super efficient and really good. They're going to be real quiet. Windows are most probably from the 787 because that aircraft has one of the most advanced windows in the industry though. I'm sorry if I'm moving this because I have a new camera stand and I'm still getting used to it. Okay, now let me give you some history as to why the 797 will be a middle of the market and why airlines want it. Now, airlines are looking to long haul and ultra long haul. This weekend, which is 24th of March, 24th, 25th of March, the first ever Kangaroo route commercial regularly scheduled flight by Qantas will be taking off from Perth to London on a 787 Dreamliner. Now, this is the first time the Kangaroo route is happening between UK, and Australia without any connections. Now do remember, this is the first major milestone in the industry, and this will be the second longest flight on Earth, right after Doha, Auckland. Now, airlines want much more efficient aircraft between smaller routes. Airlines in the States are looking to operate flights to smaller markets in China and across the Atlantic in Europe. Now, for example, Norwegian Air Shuttle, which is based in Europe, flies to 14 cities in the US, which is West Coast, East Coast, and the inland USA as well. Now, this is one of the limited airlines that flies to inland USA too. They fly to Austin, Boston, Denver, Chicago, Fort Lauderdale, Hartford, Vegas, LA, Newark, JFK, Newburgh, Oakland, Orlando, Providence, and Seattle. Now do remember that Norwegian is a budget airline, so they do have the tendency to fly to smaller markets. The 797 is going to be a real hit because it has a really good range and it has a really nice seating configuration, which allows them to have smaller markets, maybe between Hartford, Connecticut to Edinburgh, or maybe to Paris, Orly, Amsterdam, to cities that normally you wouldn't fly to, but then they still have a demand and they want to fulfill that by placing a direct flight on that route. Now this is still a rumor, and the information for this can change, especially regarding the seat configurations, the range, the launch customers, Norwegian's destinations, and also what aircraft components it's gonna have. Now we're assuming that it's gonna be out by 2020. I'm hoping that they do so because the 777X will be launching by then, and the 787 Dreamliner will have had quite a long time. Time for some shout outs. So you do know what to get. You do know what to do to get a shout out. Just subscribe. Just hit the subscribe button down below and I'll surely give you a shout out. Thanks a lot to Mackenzie, Shitij, Atharva, and Abraham for watching last week's video. Thank you for subscribing, guys. Now all you have to do is hit the subscribe button. You can comment below too if you have any suggestions, ideas, or comments about this week's video or next week's video, and I'll surely consider those. And thanks a lot to Shamal for giving me the idea of the Boeing 797. Thanks a lot, man. I'll be considering your ideas too. Some of your other ideas which you posted in the last week's video. I'll be posting the link to my channel in the description below, so please do check out my other videos. Thanks a lot for watching this week, and make sure to tune in next week.